What up?
Hello.
Hello there. Now,
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Phil, what resides in that cage behind you?
We put it up for one of my cats. He ended up getting a giant abscess on his leg, so he's been staying with us for a couple days.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. He would give her off.
What? It's not even your show. Why would you start off with a question
Yeah,
like
it's
that?
fine.
What's wrong with you?
I had this vision in my head that he'd be like, "Oh, it's actually a new animal. It's something cute." Instead, it's yeah.
You should have asked
Well,
before
I
the
hope
show.
I hope the cat is doing better now that he's off camera. Oh, he's back. Oh, there's the cat.
Oh, chilling back there. Look, he's like, yo, I'm gonna see this trailer.
He's like, everything's fine.
Yeah, he's been wanting to come in, so yeah.
So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ACS universe. Obviously, you know what this is. You saw the description, you saw thumbnails and things of that nature. I've been waiting all day to watch this shit. I didn't get it spoiled for me. I did see one picture, which is probably Ryan's favorite picture because it shows fucking Hawkman's huge helmet or whatever. He hates so
No,
much.
he hates that helmet.
Yeah. But
Let's be honest, Ryan hates everything.
It looks better than Thor's helmet, that's for damn sure.
That's fair.
Yes.
the picture I saw looked pretty fucking fire. See, Andre said, let's go. Got V in the house. Said, can I get an autograph? Nah, bro, you can't get Relax. He said, Black Adam, yes, Phil. Black Adam, yes, fire emoji.
Not just Black Adam, Black period Adam.
Yeah.
Yes, Black period Adam. Yes, Black
Period Adam
Adam.
exclamation point.
Yes, there we go. That dude. You're very disappointed, Droga.
What else is new?
Yeah, you don't like things. Y'all here to making a Black Adam movie? Chill, Joey. What's good, homie? He said no way. Yeah, so we're about to we'll give a few more minutes, see who else pops in here, and then we'll watch this fucking trailer, dude. A couple of y'all have seen it. Dawson and I have not watched it yet, and
Because I exercised a thing called patience.
Well, I was at work and I decided to watch it on my phone. So it didn't do it justice, I'll tell you that.
So
I
you were slacking.
literally no, that was me. I stopped doing what I was doing so I
Yes.
could watch this trailer promptly
Literally.
at 6 a.m. when my shift started because I didn't care.
Yeah, I literally stopped what I was doing. I was on the floor with everybody driving around their forklifts and everything. I just like watched it.
about to get run over.
You're
and
sitting
shit.
on the
Yeah.
floor?
Back
No,
here, what's good? What's good?
Like at work, I was on the
He
sales
said,
floor.
"Don't Anthony Mackie him give him." I'm definitely not doing that. I'll give
Crap.
all the autographs. Not doing the Anthony Mackie. Yo. What up, dude? Appreciate you stopping
What
through.
up?
Yeah, like I said, a
Bucky
few more
Yarrow.
minutes. We'll throw this on. I saw mixed reviews earlier today. Then afterwards, it was just like pretty decently.
I've seen reactions all over the place for this trailer.
Yeah.
Only reactions I've seen have been like Twitter reactions. Again, it's been both sides of the spectrum. Some people saying like, "Oh, it looks awesome," and some people saying like, "Oh, I'm not a huge fan of it." So I'm not anticipating anything with this. I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything until you guys see it.
Yep, that's where I'm at too.
I watched the trailer on my Game Boy Advance SP. Chill, Joey. You
Dang,
gotta-
man.
Where did you find the
SP.
cartridge of this?
Yeah.
Tell me where you found the Game Boy cartridge with the Black Adam trailer. Mail
Yeah.
that shit to me.
I'm not even gonna lie. I had a Game Boy Advance when I was in elementary school, and my little brother was like 2 years old, and he liked to throw things in the trash. And he
Oh.
threw my Game Boy away before anyone noticed what happened.
Oh,
I
man.
still have not forgiven him. It's been 15 years.
Why would we
wouldn't-
do that? That's just,
I wouldn't be
Little
able
kids
to.
do weird things, man. You should
They
know
do.
that. You have kids.
they do. They do weird things. They do. I have a horrible story that I'm not going to tell because this would not
Mhm.
it would not go well. No, I came home and my kid had an accident. It was the
So
worst
he's gonna
thing
proceed to
ever.
tell it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into detail, but it was an accident nonetheless. I was just like, oh my god, what is happening right now? So anyway,
Yeah. Phil's just looking like,
he's like,
Philip,
cat.
Yeah.
Oh, if I don't
I'm
pet him,
pretty
he's
sure
just gonna
Phil's
be-
answer is no.
Yeah, that's a big no, Droga. I'm not sending you my cat.
You're gonna send the
He
cat all
also
the way to
taking the fact
Australia?
there's a
Get out of
small
here.
percent of audience who don't
fuck
like the Rock.
no.
Say, "Oh, that nigga-" there's a couple people who don't like the Rock. Yeah, I
See,
will
if
say
you
I
send
still
the cat to Australia. It's just gonna come out with a big knife and a hat say "Oi,"
yeah.
not
a
me. I'll
hat.
just say "Oi."
Boy,
Yeah. Nah, he's talking about. Now, I still shake my head in disgust at The Rock for his comments about Toby Emmerich, a couple weeks ago, but still looking forward to the trailer. What? You found the cartridge in some bathroom? Okay.
Ugh. Along with the Snyder cut.
did you wash your hands?
What? He said it's about drives. Wait.
I'm sorry, but that rap was just awful. That was so bad. That was like, I'm not even a big fan of rap to begin with, but like that was bad.
Not a huge fan. Dawson, that's a shocking Aussie impression. Hey, man.
That's a shocking.
Blimey.
That's a shocking.
It's a blooming onion.
It's a blooming onion.
All right. The fucking moment is upon us.
All right, here we go.
Get this shit jumped up. Hold on.
Trailer time.
Oops. Fucked up. Right off rip. All right, here we go.
Good job.
Yeah, no, I didn't hit share audio, so
He's figuring out the streaming stuff. It's very technologically advanced.
It's technical.
It's a technical foul.
All right, so the reason why you guys are here is to see the reaction live to the Black Adam trailer. Came out this morning. Okay, relax. I don't know. Is this really
Some bitches?
We're just making fun of your rap, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You said y'all said it'd be best to watch it like this. That's exactly how we're gonna watch it. All right. So without further ado, here is the first official trailer for Black Adam. I'm fucking pumped right now. The words are leaving me as we speak. So anyway, here we go. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Is it not playing
Black
anything?
Adam.
Oh, here we go.
What have your powers ever given to you?
Yo.
Nothing but heartache. I was a slave until I died.
Fuck.
Then I was reborn a god. My son sacrificed his life to save me.
Let's fucking go.
Now, I kneel before no one.
Going on outside when they safe from.
In this world, they're heroes.
Nice.
I feel the pain in my city wherever I go.
And they're villains. Heroes don't kill people. Well, I do.
Let's fucking go, dude.
My vision has shown me the future. You have two choices. You can be the destroyer of this world.
Damn,
You can
dude.
be its savior. That's up to you.
Fuck.
Rolling out the window.
Behind you.
He just catch a rocket?
Is that how he loses his
All black everything. You know my fresh coat.
All right, yo. Hold on. There's nothing else after that, is it?
No.
Nope.
No.
All right. Hold on. Let me just, because we're gonna watch that shit again. First impressions. That shit was dope, dude. Time frame. Fucking confused off rip from that shit. There's a lot of modern day shit. I didn't see much from fucking except for like when he was talking about his son.
Yeah.
Sacrificed himself for him and shit like that. As far as back in them days. And what's the name of the spot where he's
Kondak.
Kondak. Yeah. Yeah, Ron is
Based off of one shot that showed like the big statue in this like sort of modern looking town, it looks like a modern Kondak, maybe. Because I know Kondak's kind of like in many storylines, it's kind of just a place that's kind of stuck in the past, but it looks like they've modernized it a little bit. I am a little confused as to the yellowish filter they've put on a lot of these scenes.
Yeah.
I think it's just a look that they liked and they just went with it. I mean, to be honest, I think that, you know, that the color tone they went with, I think they wanted it to have its own look, to have its own feel.
Yeah.
The question I still have is that I don't know where it's connected to the greater DCEU universe.
Or if it is.
If it is, and I would assume that it's going to be, if not already is, because you can't just have The Rock be his own character in his own universe. I mean, you would think that they would want him to be a part of a universe with the other heroes that are, you know, in the DC. But
so like as far as timeline, where would this go?
Well, I was okay. Relax. It's probably what, but we're gonna look at it again in some more detail. As far as the first watch for myself, that shit was dope, dude.
I mean, visually, I thought it looked badass.
Yeah.
When he caught the rocket, that was pretty sick. When he shot the electricity at the wall of that room was pretty freaking cool.
Take the rest of okay, relax, Jesse.
Kind of going back on the filter though, I think a lot of times when you have movies that are based in like desert locations or like especially now in modern TV shows that take place in Mexico, is they have that yellow filter in order to give some more of a like desert feel. But like, and so I guess that can kind of make sense, but I'm curious as to how saturated that's going to be, because in some shots to me it looks a little too much, especially the one where he like kind of like stands up in the rubble. It looks like a little too much yellow, but maybe they'll fix that. Maybe it'll look better once I see it. But that's one thing that stood out to me.
That's one thing. It is a trailer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you have to just look at it from that standpoint. It's the first one too. Obviously, we've seen a little bit of footage. You know, the Hawkman putting his wings out there and shit. We've seen that before and things of that nature. So yeah, I thought it looked, and who knows, they could change it, because I do. They did just go through a shit ton of reshoots for this movie, so I don't know. I remember I was watching Dave's stream last night where he was talking about like once showing a Black Adam for like, I guess for like the test screenings or whatever didn't go as well as like the Flash did or some shit like that, or the Flash's latest one, which is I don't know anything about that. So I would say, look, if it didn't and they went back to change some stuff, it's not the first time it's happened before. I remember that Skyscraper movie that The Rock made. They went back and did months of reshoots. They did a test screening and they asked the fans who watched it what would they change, and they gave their opinions and they changed some of that shit. So who knows if this was the same thing where they showed it to some people and they didn't like certain aspects of it. But putting it beside the Flash, look, these are all new characters for any. Not new characters for us. I'm saying like in live action, this is new, especially
general audiences.
For the general audience, it is. But if you're talking about the Flash, Michael fucking Keaton's in that. That's not new. That's nostalgia already hitting you in your fucking face as soon as it, you know what I'm saying. So like if you watch these two movies side by side, there is a with regular audiences, because test screenings aren't geared towards just like DC fans. It's just like test screenings. There's like basically
it's just to get the general idea as to like the normal movie-going audience, what do they think about it, rather than bringing hardcore fanatics into it. And also, like, when it comes to this, it'll be interesting, because a lot of times when a film goes through extensive reshoots, I don't know exactly how extensive these Black Adam reshoots were, but when we hear the term extensive reshoots, that always gives me a little bit of pause, because like 7 times out of 10, whenever a movie's gone through extensive reshoots, you can tell in the final product.
Yes.
You can tell there's some slight inconsistencies. There's some things that just feel off. Some transitions between scenes feel like there's something missing or that they added too much. And so that's a big issue that they have facing them. I did like the shot of, I believe it was Hawkman jumping out of that ship.
Yes, through the bottom.
Yeah, which looked pretty dang cool. I liked that. I liked how, oh shoot, what's his name? Guy who gets big, what's his name?
Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher. Yes, I liked how he looked. He looked great. I thought him like running and getting bigger as he was running was pretty well done.
They added the effect too of the his logo and the lining,
the glowing lines.
Glowing. Yeah, in the original one, he didn't have that. He was just running like, and everybody was like, "What the hell?" Now, that looked a lot better though.
The issue that this movie probably will have though is to make Dr. Fate not look like a ripoff of Doctor Strange, right? Because obviously they share similarities in the comics. But Doctor Strange has already been done twice in movie, and even so in Infinity War and Endgame, and so general audiences are used to him as being this sorcerer in comic book movies. So what are they going to do with Dr. Fate that makes him look different? And them showing that sort of mirror dimension looking shot for the trailer anyway didn't necessarily do them any favors. Hopefully we'll see more of him in future trailers that show off something more unique to him.
Yeah. So hopefully that's the case. Yeah, I felt that too. And as far as the yellow hue, maybe they'll change that. Maybe they'll look at responses to this trailer, because I have seen people say that they kind of not feeling the little yellow filter they put on it and stuff. So they could go back and change it. They still have plenty of time to come out to October and stuff. So we'll see that. Let's get it. Come and see. Hold up. You need Jason. It's okay. No, that's a tall task.
I would pay for that actually.
Hey, what's up, South Cali guy? Appreciate. Hey, we're gonna watch the trailer again. And if any of y'all missed my initial reaction to it, it's a lot to take in. So like, yo, it takes a good second, but it initial reaction for me was fire. Today is also finale. Oh shit, Young Justice stuff. See the finale.
Nice.
And Marvel just announced tickets on sale after the trailer drop. Oh, really? They just like, yo.
Well,
really?
and also today, Miss Marvel dropped. So I'm gonna
Yes,
check that out.
Miss Marvel did drop. Yeah, I will be checking that out.
I watched that this morning.
They only dropped one episode, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
My favorite film the ride did was Faster. Was pretty fire. McLovin was good, man. Was good.
What's up,
Appreciate you
McLovin?
jumping in. Let's see, Adam Smasher going to be a show. Hey, if he is, that'll be fire, dude.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, what's up? He said, it looks good. We will see. Yeah, man. What up, Valkyrie? Was good. Appreciate you stopping through. Like I said, we'll watch the trailer again in just a few minutes. Let's see. Wait a minute. My mouse fucking up. All right. It says, why does an ancient man from Egypt have an American accent?
He's got a point.
Maybe they'll explain that. Maybe now, if they do have
You're the expert
scenes,
on this, Dawson. By all means, take it away.
if they do have scenes in this movie where The Rock speaks a sort of like Egyptian sounding language, it wouldn't be his first time doing that in a movie.
No.
I.e., Mummy Returns.
Yes.
That didn't go as well. Akuma Shinki. Hopefully, it's a little bit better than that. But I'd imagine.
I remember that scene. It wasn't in the Mummy Returns.
Mummy Returns, yes.
I saw it in the theater. I felt so embarrassed. I took someone to go see that. I was like,
yeah. I mean, obviously, it's been a while since then, so hopefully, it's a little better. And I imagine that Dwayne Johnson, he likes to go for like authenticity when representing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd imagine he would have wanted to push for that, or at least have some kind of an accent before he goes into modern day. Maybe there's like a sequence where he like learns, the language of the people around him or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully, so that way it makes somewhat sense. Or else we'll have like a prey situation on our hands where a bunch of Comanche Indians are just speaking normal modern day English.
but they have a cut where they talk their own language.
Dubs, not the actual people speaking dubs. Anyway, I'm not going through this again. I'm not going through this again. Okay.
But look, I get Dawson's argument, and because like, that's what one of the aspects that's one of the aspects I admire the most of like movies like like Dances with Wolves, how they spoke in the native language.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, it definitely brings a sense of realism, kind of
makes
grounds
it more immersive.
Yeah, exactly. And so that I do agree with, but I mean, there's a lot of movies that don't do that.
Right. I'm
There's
saying
a lot.
maybe Black Adam will do it, and hopefully it does. I think that would work really well.
They changed it to the blue hue actually in the trailer a bit more. Okay, I'll
In
check it
some
out the
scenes
second
they
viewing.
did,
Yeah. Also, why it's okay? Relax, chill.
Reacting to himself.
He's very self-centered, and
and we're here to support that self-centeredness. But no, I mean, the fact that the JSA is in this, I mean, and then like, obviously there's been rumors that what's her name, Harcourt, Jennifer Holland is going to make a cameo in this movie, which would then represent that it takes place in the DCU that you saw in Peacemaker and in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Wait, Jennifer Harcourt, is that the blonde girl?
Yep.
The girl,
Yes.
the girl who's engaged to James Gunn.
Yep.
Yes. And so if that were the case, then, it would almost feel as if like this story takes place sometime after Justice League. And maybe the fact that they assemble the JSA, because I'm only guessing here. I would imagine the JSA.
That's all we're doing here is guessing.
Yeah. I would imagine the JSA is probably a new team that is put together to defend the United States, because I mean they don't, because of all these these other villains that are showing up. Because it's kind of weird that all of a sudden you have the JSA. Like where the hell they come from?
I'm sure they'll explain that. That would be the least of my. That's one of the least of my concerns, is that they would they have to explain that, like how to some type of history lesson could go on, probably narrated by Pierce Brosnan. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how they.
Yeah, he'll probably tell the Black Adam how the JSA came to be and all of that, and
You have to figure this is going to take place sometime after Shazam too, because obviously there are large ties from Shazam and Black Adam, and clearly they left out how exactly he got his powers, how he became a god, and I'm sure there's an explicit reason for that. And a friend of mine was just like, man, I don't understand why they didn't show the wizard. And I'm just like, yeah, because you're just going to blow your whole fucking load in the entire trailer.
Yeah, it's the first trailer, you know what I mean? And I would imagine the wizard, what's the actor's name?
Jaimon Hansu?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would imagine. I would hope that he's in this movie, even in one scene. You know what I mean? Like, or where he comes to him with his power. Because I mean, at least if you do that, then you're at least showing more connective tissue to the movies that are already out, like Shazam. I mean, I like Shazam a lot. I thought it was a really cool movie. I thought it was really done well.
Yeah.
And so to me, again, the trailer visually looked awesome. The special effects look really good, very polished at this point. But the thing I kept asking myself is like, where does this connect to the universe in the DCEU? And yes, they have a multiverse. Yes, we know that, but that only goes to a certain extent. Like I can't imagine that every character is going to be in their own universe, especially one like The Rock. So I mean, in my head, I always play out a scenario that like, okay, so maybe the government put together the JSA because they're not in control of the actual Justice League. Because I mean, those are like gods pretty much. So let's put together our own league. Because I want to say in New 52. And I don't think, I obviously he's not going to be in it, but Steve Trevor at one point was the leader of, I think he was the leader of the JSA or the JLA.
He was the
liaison for the
spokesperson of the Justice League.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then later on, he had his own group because, he lost control of the Justice League. And but if they brought back Steve Trevor, I'd be like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Like, this guy cannot die.
There was two things that also stood out to me in the trailer too, was the fact that they covered up in the scenes in Kahndaq where he's like holding his boy. They covered up his tattoos a lot better than they did in that Hercules movie. A lot better. And also there's the shots at the beginning where he's in that little cart thing and being put into the base of that Bacta tank. They obviously used a body double for that because the guy was a lot smaller than Dwayne Johnson is.
Or they could have hit him with the Captain America.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like
the first Avengers type of CG body. Where they just
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too, is that we see the scene where he's killing all those soldiers, and it looks as if that's the scene. I mean, I always assumed that was the scene in which they first release him. But then if we see him, incapacitated in that tank, then do they are they able to stop him to a certain extent and then contain him, and then he breaks out again? I don't know. That was seeing him like in that condition, with the oxygen tank on and everything in that water. I was surprised to see that. Like I didn't think it was going to go that way. So that definitely did kind of be like, okay, this story's a little different than I thought.
Yeah, no, same. And also, I think any connection with it, because I had the same thoughts just now watching it that you did, Andre. I think any connection that they're going to have with any other outside of this movie property will not show up until the end of the movie or post-credit scenes at some extent, because I don't think they're going to I think they're trying to tell us a story, so they'll probably keep a lot of the stuff out of it. Now, if Jamon, I don't think he's on the cast list either, but I do feel as though he might show up, the Wizard Jamon too. If he does, and he does mention, and if like you said, some of this takes place after Shazam, I wouldn't be surprised if he even mentioned the other champion, which is fucking Levi and shit, Shazam or whatever. So
see, here's the thing: if the Wizard shows up, the Wizard's going to show up when we see him get his powers, which means it's going to take place
way in the past.
5,000 years before everything what's happening now. It's very clear to me that this movie's present day stance is very much in present day. Kahndaq is present day. It looks like they're fighting the Intergang. That's what I'm seeing online.
They were on those hovercrafts, like
the dudes that hit him in the head with the fucking whatever that was, and he was just like, "Yeah, what is that?" Yeah,
exactly. And even if you're to believe the Funko Pops, which I'm kind of inclined to, Sabak will also show up at some point in this movie as well, leading into the idea of if you are, Dr. Fate's whole spiel of like, if my vision comes true, you're either going to be the destroyer or the savior of this world. You need a threat big enough to have Black Adam take that down. And that threat would be in the form of Sabak. Because obviously Black Adam can smash through the Intergang without even fucking trying.
Yeah, I mean, they showed that in the trailers. So,
exactly. So you need someone on a similar kind of power scale to go get toe-to-toe with Black Adam. Not only that, I have a suspiciously sneaking feeling that the JSA, at least the members we see, some of them will not make it out after this movie.
Right. I'm pretty sure some of them will die. Now, another thing that I thought too was, correct me if I'm wrong. Again, as far as my reading of Black Adam specific comics, I'm not as well versed. But if Black Adam in the modern day says Shazam, wouldn't he just revert to the age he would be if he had naturally aged along the same lines, or would he go back to the age that he last turned into Black Adam?
He turns into an old man, because it happened in the comics where
right,
where they turned him back into his older self, and then he was like, "Aah!" And then that it almost stopped him.
So my question is, like, if obviously that was Black Adam's initial form in that cart as he was put in the back to tank. So at some point he reverted back to his human form and then was captured, and then still was the young age that he was before. So I'm curious as to how they're going to handle that part of the mythology.
Yeah.
And if they're going to have it to where he ages, as if he would just age rapidly to the age he should be, or if he'll just go back to that same age. I'm just curious. And I know it's going to be a big debate amongst Black Adam fans as to how they handle that and if it's well done or not, but I don't know.
All valid questions, man. I think that's one of the points of like initial trailers for movies that are this big. They leave a lot more questions than answers. Normally they do, which is cool because we get to talk about this shit and have like cool conversations about it, whatever. So I'm about to play this again. And all good questions, man.
What's up, Neil?
I am I see Neil up in the chat.
But, I mean, like to have the inner gang in the movie, to me, it actually and that's no pun intended, but it does justice to Zack Snyder's Justice League, because, well, I guess Justice League in general, because they're using New Gods, apocalyptic technology, and which but at the same time, that's sort of what we saw like in was it Spider-Man Homecoming, how Keaton and those guys, how they were using technology that was left over to kind of make their own weapons. So I think again you're going to get something similar to that that the inner gang is using the kind of, and I think by doing that you sort of say like, okay, yeah, the events of a Justice League movie happened.
So you're suggesting they'll salvage the apocalyptic technology from that Russian town that was in both versions of Justice League. That'd be interesting.
Yes.
I could see good connectivity.
And that way it gives a nod to Justice League, but I don't know.
It keeps it vague enough for people who love both of them to theorize in their heads that it's connected to that specific one.
Yeah,
so that would be my only guess, is that they don't have control over the Justice League. So that so they assemble their own, the JSA, their own league that they can deploy, and because they saw what Task Force X can do. Task Force X is too out of control. It's too unpredictable. It's just, so if they assemble a team of heroes, then they can probably have more control over them because they're more rational. And so I would imagine like, they get deployed because Black Adam, comes out, but
and they're also not threatened with getting their fucking heads blown off if they, fuck up.
Yeah,
because I would imagine like when he's in that, I don't want to say back the tank because that's what Droga's been saying, but like when he's in the back of the tank, that's when I would imagine you get all your flashbacks. So he like, start seeing, what happened.
So basically, the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
it's either going to be that. It's either going to be that, or he's going to be reiterating his past to Dr. Fate.
Yeah,
because he does speak his past, so I'd imagine that's the more likely scenario.
And the only one who could have any kind of correlation to his past would be the Helmet of Nabu.
Yes,
and that's, I actually feel that's actually fire to think that if as he's in that tank thing, that the only person, I'll say bedside, which is not a bed, but like listening to him, you know what I mean, or whatever, and that would be Dr. Fate, like fucking. You know what I'm saying? Even like we heard him speaking his history, but maybe he's not speaking. Maybe it's coming from here, and Dr. Fate can just fucking hear it like that, like he's speaking it. Right. And so we get that type of thing. So yeah, I'm about to bring this up again, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed my initial reaction and shit, so here it is again. The Black Adam trailer, which I thought was absolutely fire. Let's watch this thing one more time.
Black Adam. What have your powers ever given to you?
Yeah, he's smaller, dude. Look at him.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he is.
He's wearing his like garb, too.
Yo.
Interesting music choice.
My God. Then I was reborn a god. My son sacrificed his life to save me.
Y'all are fucked up.
Now, I I kneel before no one.
War going on outside when you ain't safe from.
In this world, there are heroes.
I feel the pain in my city wherever I go.
And there are villains. Heroes don't kill people.
Well, I do.
Bro.
That guy fucked up.
Yeah.
My vision has shown me the future. You have two choices. You can be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior.
Yeah, he messed them up.
That's up to you.
Holy fuck, dude.
Behind you! Did he just catch a rocket? He got a rocket.
Sharuta Electronics. What the fuck?
All black anything. You know my fresh coat.
Yo, those two in the van strike me as comic relief.
They strike me as very much the people behind the scenes in the Suicide Squad movie, which fills me with slight dread.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. Because of the on the side of the van it said like Sharuta Electronics, so they're probably
I feel like they're gonna be more of like the Jane and what's her other friend from Thor?
Darcy.
Oh yeah,
Darcy,
they're gonna be like the Jane and Darcy of this story, where it's gonna be like she's gonna be the quote unquote love interest that will kind of probably remind him of his wife that he once had. Who knows? Because I mean, there's no way that they're not going to try and connect those two together. I would imagine, because why would you even introduce her? But she was in a show. I forgot what it was called. It was a cop show that was on NBC. It was really good, actually. It seems like already this has a lot of elements of other stories that we've seen already, from other superhero. I mean, we've seen so many of them so far. I mean, there's going to come a time where some of these stories seem kind of repetitive. Retreads. Yeah, a little bit. And I would imagine, it seems like they're kind of tracking him, and then they finally find him. They're like, oh shit,
one of the things that struck me the second time watching it was just like, so he said his son sacrificed himself before and he died. He was reborn a god. So like what that transitional period between him just dying and then being reborn a god, because obviously if the last time he was alive was way back in Kandak, way back, and then the first thing he sees when he wakes up is dudes shooting guns at him, you're getting fucking murked.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole entire scene makes a lot of sense, just because if the last thing he saw was chains and whips on him when he was back in the day, and you're shooting at him, he's going to fucking thrash you.
Not a good move. Not a good move.
No, it's not. And look, I'll bring this back up. I just noticed this the second time we watched it. Is the old Rock back here on the?
There he is.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like and this is modern. Is this modern Kandak?
Yeah,
they're riding little speeders, and he's back there with one arm or a couple of arms missing. Yeah. So I don't know what happened there, but that's interesting.
One line in this movie that I know is going to bother me is that line that's in the trailer where Hawkman says there are heroes and there are villains. Heroes don't kill people. And like I understand it's for the setup of The Rock saying, well, I do, to make him like an anti-hero, but like the whole phrase heroes don't kill people, like I just don't like that sentiment, because like obviously you don't want heroes to be murderers, but like heroes also take care of business when it needs to be done for the sake of others. Well, so like
I think they're definitely still trying to push that narrative, like
that's why I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not either. I think it's kind of like I think it's something that doesn't need to be said, but I understand, like, for the sake of setting up the line, like you were saying, it makes sense. But I mean, when you saw what we would assume is the inner gang, I mean, they're definitely using technology that's way more advanced than what they have.
Right.
I mean, they were like badass, like hover bikes, and but everything we saw in both Justice League movies, we didn't see any type of technology like that where they can like fly around. I mean,
right.
Yeah, trailer is fun. Oh, Sakai he says, is it possible they find Black Adam sleeping, hibernating corpse, and they use the back to tank to wake him up, and then he escapes and it becomes about the government trying to recapture him? Maybe I got something pulled up. I'm about to. I just as I went through the trailer trying to find some good shots for us to talk about real quickly. Let's see. He says, I think that the tech could be from Hawkman's Homeworld. Thanagar doing that version. Yeah.
That can make sense. Another thing that I noticed in the trailer too was. I'm curious, Anthony, you probably know this because you follow The Rock on all the different social medias and you saw the progression of all of this. So the scene that you saw him holding his son, again, he looks smaller than he does in the Black Adam suit.
He still looks jacked though. Like
he is jacked, but he looks smaller.
He does look a little smaller, yeah.
So I'm curious as to like if they filmed that very first and they had him like cut weight for a bit and then they just had him eat a crap ton and work out to be big for Black Adam.
I think well for somebody like him too, it would be hard. But also, I think if he went, I don't want to say how many days because I don't know because I'm not him. If he went a few days without fucking working out, like, and just did that scene without like having a pump or whatever. If if you work out, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like you just got done working out and you're like really fucking. That's why, like, if you ever seen the Man of Steel behind the scenes shit, you see Henry Cavill doing pull-ups and shit before his big scene where he comes off the oil rig with no shirt because he had to look absolutely perfect for that. Right. So like he did a bunch of whatever. They could have had him not do anything. But this is what's interesting about the box. I don't know if anybody's noticed this yet. If you have, I'm sorry, I'm late. But this is interesting to me is that, so here he is in this thing, right? There's already a skull in the back of the tank. So is it just reading his body and reproducing it here? Because that's odd that there's a skull already right there, like a holographic skull.
Well, and if you go forward too, it has writing on the on that chamber.
So it goes up, you see a spinal cord and all of that shit. Let's see.
But that could be more of like that's where you have to line him up. You know what I mean? Like place here.
So this is the thing that's weird with this suit is there's no lightning bolt. Is that like
it's just his torso.
Yeah. So here we go.
It was containment fluid. So it wasn't like a healing tank, it was a containment fluid.
What does that mean?
Well, let's pause it. Right.
Use the greater than, less than. They should be able to.
Where's it at? Where this right here?
No, on your keyboard.
Is it the right left arrow?
It's one of those ones, or the greater than, left than, or greater than, less than keys might be able to move it frame by frame, or left or right.
Nah, because I got it on my second screen. That's why I ain't doing it. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to
He's definitely cuffed, so they are fearful of him.
So
that's his 3.
It's a little bit above. Right there.
Fluid containment status 95%. So it's going up cryo solution. Yep.
So it's not something to heal him, it's something to keep him contained. So it's something about the water or something about the fluid that they're putting in there to keep him contained rather than him.
Well, it says right up there, cryo solution.
Cryo solution.
Okay.
The Matrix right here. It's fucking.
I know. So
made a cameo. Oh, hold up. Oh, let me guess. I can go back.
So
containment complete. Okay. So they got him. Yeah, they 100%.
So I don't know. Maybe what they do is they find him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, there's 2 ways to go about it. One, he essentially
wrong.
I would say one, either he shows up in that first scene, starts whooping everybody's ass, and then somehow they're able to subdue him. But then that doesn't make any sense why he's small again, unless they find him small and they throw him in that containment thing because they're like, "What do we do?"
If he were to wind up that way, he would have to say the word Shazam. That's the only conclusion I can come to. Why he would be in that form, because when he withered, to Dawson's point earlier, like he has to say the same words Zachary Levi has to say in order to turn back into his human form. That looks like what they're going to use in this case for his human form. Potentially, I don't know. We don't really know the full context of this. We're just going off of what we see here, but this is very much like that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting.
And share the logo. It says Warner Brothers Discovery Company.
Yep,
it does.
We've seen of that.
It does. Yeah.
There we go.
Yep, it does. Zero Fred in the house. What up, Ryan?
What's up, Ryan?
What's good, Rap Nerd? What's good, homie? What's good, man? Hey, we just got through. We're just going through the trailer right now.
So then that leads me to believe that opening scene where where they find his chamber, they free him, he tears them up. And that's just me guessing. He tears them up. The military comes in. He tears them up. The JSA shows up, fights him. They do something to subdue him, possibly him saying, I don't know why he would say Shazam, but
magic manipulation from Dr. Fate.
Yeah, it could have been, and then he depowers himself. They throw him in the containment chamber, but then another threat reveals itself, and they go, okay, we need to set him free because we need to stop him. But then that also leads to the question, where is Superman? Where is the Justice League?
Right.
Because I can get it if they're not a factor in this whatsoever. Either they don't exist or they're just not in this. And they said, okay, Sabak is showing up. How do we stop him? I know how we stop him. How? You set him free. And so Black Adam, they have to trust him. And maybe that's when he tells them, you gotta be the person who. Yeah, he got fucked up.
No, I'm just saying, no,
saves us or destroys his planet.
They say this is our only hope. Let's trust him. He's like, y'all done fucked up now because I'm about to go out here.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that if it's the government, I mean, like they've already dealt with, Task Force X. So the concept of, okay, do we set him free? I think we have to roll a dice on this. And probably at the end, he doesn't go back with them. He just takes off and does his own thing. And then now it's like, okay, now Black Adam's out there.
Yeah.
Also, if this is him, they really made him look small. The only thing that looks he got some huge calf muscles. The rest of that right there looks nothing like
That's got to be him because look, that's the same. The bottom garment. That's the same thing in the shoes.
Well, it could just be another one of the slaves that he's around in Kahndaq, right?
So I'll tell you what: if they knocked him down, like if he kills him, he hits the ground, and as soon as he hits that ground, all of a sudden he wakes up. And the wizard is there. This sounds so cheesy, but the fact that if something like that happens and the wizard's like, I'm going to give you this power or whatever, say the name Shazam. If there is that scene, I feel like I'm going to get excited. Like, yes, because finally I'm seeing some kind of connective tissue with DC. Not the tissue I really wanted, but at least something that connects something together. You're like, okay, finally we're getting some kind of connective tissue. Black Adam tricks him by telling him his son to sacrifice himself for him. But canon is that he kills his son for the power. Well, there you go.
That'd be a good little twist if they did that.
Yeah. Which would also make him look like a fucking
monster.
Yes, exactly. Which is what that's what a lot of people are. That's what they want because it's Black Adam. So let's
right.
Obviously, though, we saw the little thing that they put out at Fandom or whatever last year, and when they found this thing that she says Shazam, like they find his stuff. I'm talking about that fire ass little teaser that they showed when he comes out or whatever. So it's for sure got to be a part of that shit. So this is him and his son. It says
look at that, not a hint of a tattoo in sight.
No, that's great.
That's
the production crew of Hercules should have taken note.
Yeah,
they made him look green.
He probably said, "Don't touch me" or some shit like that. This is what I was talking about when I said, "Yo, he wakes up after all those years and fucking people are shooting at him. You're done, bro."
I love that cloak. I do love that cloak.
Yeah, it does look dope, man. This particular one you were talking about, Dawson, where he's I guess he's trying to escape whatever fucking tomb they have him, and he's just like, "I'll just blow the walls out of this bitch." This shit, and I did hear somebody. I did see somebody comment that it had a little Black Panther vibe to it as far as like the movie goes, with like the music, the trailer, and like the way the ship looked or whatever and stuff like this.
I can see that.
I do feel that to a certain extent, yes. And so this is Aldous Hodge jumping out, and then obviously you see Adam Smasher jumping through there. Obviously he looks way better than he did in the clip we saw earlier, which the clip we saw last time I thought was pretty dope, but this makes it look a lot better.
Yeah. They actually had the wide eyes. They pull a Deadpool in this one, which is good.
Which is dope, yes. And then obviously you got fucking, I don't care one bit if his suit is fucking CG. I've seen a lot of CG suits in my lifetime of watching superhero movies, so another one would not make a difference. Also, I think if his suit looks a little bit off than everybody else's, that's practical. I think it gives it it gives it a little bit of the magical effect that is Dr. Fate. You know what I'm saying? It just gives it that
it just
much
makes
more.
it to it doesn't just look like a suit, but like he's actually,
Yeah, and also that it's the helmet can be passed on to other people. You know what I mean? So it's like, it just gives it that much like a almost an organic, like the suit's alive type feel to it. If indeed it does have like a kind of a look to it because it's CG. And you're right, people are going to look at this and the general audience is going to be like, oh, Doctor Strange or whatever. That's just, Warner Brothers failing.
And the Rapner brings us something. I absolutely agree with his comment here, saying VFX look a million times better than Black Panther. I do agree with
yes.
Well, yeah, and this is further along too. But I mean, in
I do agree, man.
in Black Adam's, in his past, well, at least in New 52, he doesn't. His son isn't. It's his nephew.
It's his uncle Amon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're wrong, Andre.
I'm wrong. What are you talking about?
Ryan was wrong.
Ryan was wrong.
Ryan's always wrong.
Okay. Hot Man's wing helmet still looks too big. The helmet's cool, but yeah, no, it doesn't bother me. It is pretty big, but it doesn't bother me. But I tell you what, when they show it here, let me see if I can get it. Obviously, that's Cyclone. We really don't get a good look at her. She's just fucking about to go down there and pounce on somebody. Who knows what's going on there?
That's definitely a modern. Look at those guys.
Yeah,
go back to that.
Yeah.
No,
they be modern intergang members.
Yes.
Let me get it. You son of a bitch. Get on there, you mother. Let me see if I can pause. Okay, there we go. There. Yes, there we go. Those dudes on those speeders and shit,
And it looks like there's a bigger one off to the right, more like a transport.
Right here? Yeah, that they probably lifted off of.
So transported to Canto Bite.
But if you look at the design of this too, it kind of reminds me of that concept art where you saw Batman flying on like a speeder that had thrusters kind of like this. It reminds me of that at least.
I will, although hold up, the Thor's original helmet and the original Thor was fire, dude.
Well, I think he's talking about Thor's helmet in the new trailer.
Oh, yes, you damn right. This looks way better than that. The original Thor helmet, though, and Thor like no. But now this one, it's still big, but I still like it, and it doesn't bother me at all. Let's see, it's the bikers from both. Okay, relax, Droga. Let's see. So I'm glad Hawkman's wearing not just that's fire. Yeah, I'm about to get to that part. Hopefully, when them. But you see them on these speeders and shit. You see a lot of damage. I don't know what's going on here. Who is that? That just got fucking.
I think it's Black Adam. Black Adam. He has the other shot where he comes back up.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably that scene right there where Adam Smasher got him.
Yeah, that's Black Adam definitely.
Getting fucking
that's where he stands up.
So here we go. The perfect look at it. This is obviously the scene that Dawson was just talking about where he says, heroes don't kill people. He's like, well, I do because I don't give a fuck. I think his shit looks dope, man. The only thing, as a matter of fact, the only thing I can see big on his helmet is just the wings. That's it. It's the helmet looks dope.
The wings could be a little smaller, but like it's not a
it's not a thing to where like I can't watch it because the wings.
That's more of like a subjective thing where it's like depends on your taste. Like it's a little big for my taste, but like it doesn't bother me.
Well, I like how it comes down to a sharp tip, like on the nose.
It looks. I think it's real. I'm pretty sure it's a practical helmet, along with his armor here too. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen pictures of it behind the scenes. They were released, so
we know Dwayne Johnson's basically wearing a skin suit,
pretty much.
Yeah. It is the first time without any pads. We said what's good. Oh, he's talking to Joey. Yeah. He says the Thor 1 helmet is good. Okay, I feel you. Yeah. I was making sure we're on the same page with the Thor helmets because
it's Scooby Doo Thor.
Drain, Ruh-roh. Going to Olympus.
And then here's a shot.
The old girlfriend. What is? Oh,
here's a close up of the inner gang. If that's
who
they are.
8 years, 6 months, and 7 days.
And so that's a closer look at them or at this individual before he gets blown up. That looks really cool though. That design.
Like God fucks his shit up. What he does.
It's Tron.
It's Tron. It looks good, man.
Wait, no, it's the girl from Rise of Skywalker, Poe's friend.
Oh,
who's that?
That's exactly what it is. You had it ready to go.
No, actually, all credit goes to Axel Droga. He tweeted this out. He was like,
"Oh, I didn't see it.
And so he was like saying how this looks awfully familiar. as you were explaining it too.
I cannot believe that was too good. That was too good a timing.
Okay. Anyway,
let's go back to the trailer.
Yeah.
Please.
All right.
So I think his helmet was fire from this angle. I think
this scene looks to be pretty intense as far as the amount of testosterone between these two dudes.
Yeah. Plus the fact there's a hole in the wall.
Yeah. And he's like, yo.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I would say that Black Adam probably just threw a dude through the wall and killed him. And Hawkman's like, yo, we don't kill people. And he's like, I do. As evidenced by I just threw a dude through the wall. So
But you know what? You know what though? I mean, for all we know, that could be just spliced together. I mean,
yeah,
like that could be a later scene where when Dr. Fate tells him like you can either be the one who saves this world or destroys it, and that could also lead to him saying heroes don't kill people. You know what I mean? And then he could say, you know, that could be an entirely different scene. Who knows? Yeah, because it seems kind of out of the blue to all of a sudden have that conversation in the middle of like what's happening on the screen.
The only reason I could see it is if they're fairly new to each other and they're not familiar with each other's the way that they deal with like and I mean fighting people. So like you know what I'm saying? Like I could see that happening if Hawkman's taking it easy on cats and he's out here smashing skulls and he's like
they just finished clearing a room and he just threw a guy out the wall and he's just like, hey, hold on. And he takes a second, like, okay, I'm gonna straighten you up here for a second. Like I imagine what's gonna happen is what I imagine the JSA is gonna take him in tentatively and there's gonna be sort of a what's the term I'm looking for? Sort of a reluctant partnership. And then they sort of work together for a bit and then he realizes, well, I don't fly with these people.
Yeah. Also, now that you say that, it's probably a situation to where Dr. Fate has to convince the rest of the JLA, like, yo, this dude's cool to work with. And they're like, nah, this motherfucker, do you see what he just did? And they're like, but trust him, though. Give him the benefits. My voice just sounds... Give him the benefits. Not fucking Dr. Fate's voice. You know, just saying some shit. But anyway, all right, so here we go. This is a fucking... one of those nightsticks he done threw out and it just, cracked on his skull or whatever.
Well, I think also too, and that guy was hitting him. Like to me, that looks more like he shows up in the city and they're like, kind of like who do you think you are? You know what I mean? One of those scenes, and he hits him and he, bah. But this
obviously it looks like Iron Man. I did see that earlier. Somebody put the two shots together. Yeah. It does. I ain't gonna lie, it does. It does. But Iron Man didn't flick the wing of a plane and fucking just
nope.
Boom!
Wow, it's Maverick.
I mean, yeah, it was. That's an F-35 too. That's a very expensive fighter jet. Yeah. And I mean, these guys look pretty cool.
Top Gun in DC.
But where were they going, and what are they doing, and why is he coming after them? I wonder. You know, what I mean, like, what is it that they have that he's trying to, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, and so this is the final shot, obviously, before the titles card comes up. You see Black Adam walking out of the fire and smoke. Oh, not the final shot, but you see these two who we said are probably, some comic relief in here.
Like, what's the point of the whole rolling up the window thing?
It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be funny. Yeah,
like
kind of like, oh yeah,
logistically, like what is that going to do?
Well, it's like in Man of Steel. In Man of Steel, when they all go inside and they lock the door, like, oh, that's going to do something. You know what I mean?
I think. Whatever build up, like whatever they like groundwork they give to these two particular characters early in the movie might make that scene funnier when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like possibly, as far as like I've seen funny stuff in trailers, you're like, what? And then like you all of a sudden you watch the movie and you see like what the same thing we were just talking about with Thor, with Jane and what's her name?
Darcy.
Yeah. Like if you saw that in the trailer, like what? But then you see like their relationship early in the movie makes that shit funnier whenever Darcy would say some funny shit later on in that movie. So maybe that's what this is, because I know what they're going for. They're going for last with the window rolling up, but at the same time, there might be something more that happens earlier in the movie where you could probably be like, oh, okay. Or maybe not. They just said, fuck it.
Well, it seems like Dr. Fate is probably the leader of the JSA, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And so
looks like we got taken down, guys.
Oh, did we? Oh no, I think
sniped.
They got. Damn, they must have got striped. RSIP the stream. Sorry guys, but my boy Toby. We'll see. We'll see.
You might want to take that off.
Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. We'll see if we get popped back up If not, we'll just.
But I mean, still though,
we'll just say whatever we want till we get back on, and the people
no one can say us. No, I mean,
at least we got to watch it one time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Twice.
like the inner gang, there's something that they acquire. And then and then they get away with it, and he's going after them. It looks like, and then I'm sure as he's trying to stop them, that's when the JSA and the military show up to kind of like distract him. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, who are you? And then all of a sudden they start fighting him. And I would totally think what Phil was saying was right. Was that Dr. Fate is able to manipulate him into saying Shazam, and then draining him, depowering him, and then they're able to contain him. But then there has to be a big bad villain that makes them want to, like, okay, we got to set him free again because he's the only one who can stop him. But I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, as they're flying there, because I mean, somebody has to be in control of the JSA. Like, they can't just be a team
I think it's
just like running around. And I don't think it's Waller because Waller got, and at the end of Peacemaker, Waller's in deep shit. So I don't think that she'll be the one leading them.
No.
So I mean, I would imagine that whoever's gonna be running, the
looks like
military.
we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I just looked at it. Yeah, we just came back. It didn't get rid of what we've done so far. So it just suspended it for about a couple minutes. So we won't bring that back up. Anybody out here who's watching who made a thought of bringing this shit up on your stream later on, be careful. They'll fucking get you. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. Warner Brothers, you're fucking ridiculous.
And that's the thing. It's ridiculous.
Quite simply it's ridiculous.
So
New management, same old bullshit.
Yes.
Same old bullshit. And you know what's funny is that
this is free press, bro.
They
this
didn't
is free
even do
fans.
that.
No.
And also,
you
know what's ridiculous?
They used to not do this.
They'll let big channels that have a big following play the trailer on their channel, no problem, and have no issues. And yet, when it's a smaller channel like this, then they're just like, "Oh no, we can't have this."
Yeah. If the Real Rejects do like a review on it, they're fine.
They did one. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw it when I was going.
But like some of these guys, like 3C, he can show the trailer on his video and he won't get slapped. But with any kind of thing, he'll just go. You know what I mean?
Well,
Chris is a cool dude though.
Yeah, Chris is awesome.
Oh yeah, he's fired. No, I think if you do a pre-recorded trailer reaction to that, I don't think they'll focus you. You won't be able to make any money off it. That's for sure. But otherwise, they won't say. So we watched it a couple times, and then we were just breaking it down. I guess they don't like us breaking down their trailer.
I'm actually really excited to see this movie. I mean, the more times I've watched the trailer, the more I really want to see it.
Toby is mad. Probably, you son of a bitch.
I'm more excited for Black Adam than I am for the Flash.
Yep. Oh yeah, by heaps and bounds.
I mean, to be honest, I'm still excited for the Flash. I want to see what the Flash does in terms of like story.
You see, the Flash runs fast. The end.
I know, but what I'm saying in the story, because I mean, we know that Batfleck's in it. We possibly Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman will be in it. There's gonna be a lot of cameos, a lot of crazy things happening in that movie. So I am interested to see what's gonna happen.
It should be renamed Cameo the movie.
I know, seriously.
I mean, look. Obviously, when it comes to that movie, make no mistake about it. We're all there watching that shit.
Oh, I'm going to be there.
Flash comes out, we're watching because we want to be able to experience it. Not only be able to talk about it, but I do, like Andre just said, I want to know how they handle all of this.
Yes.
Everything that's transpired in the last 3 years. How do you handle this? And how good of a movie did you guys put together after all of this drama? With the extra stuff that just came out today with Ezra, which is wild as fuck.
Oh, I know. I read that right when the show started. I was like, holy
cow.
We'll
talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, but and that's the thing too, is that if this story sucks, if we watch, the Black Adam, we watch the Flash, and it sucks, I mean, you're going to hear us bash the story and bash the movie. So, you're going to get an honest take on it, but this looks like a pretty cool story, and I would imagine that it's gonna have the connection to a Justice League movie will be there. I just don't know if they're actually gonna put out like which Justice League it's actually connected to. Yeah, but if that's the case, then where are they? Where is the Justice League? And I know we have Justice Society, but where's the Justice League? Where's Superman? Where's Batman?
Which is
they got faceless cameos.
This is also a thought that I had just now, actually looking at some of the clips from the trailer. Obviously, some of the stuff, it's in modern time, so to speak, but it could be Bro, what if this modern stuff in Black Adam takes place in like 95 or some shit?
It
Like
could.
nothing I saw. Now the space looking speeders and all of that shit, you could easily see that in a comic book movie in 1975. Like people could have shit like so.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean
true,
it's in the future just because you saw that.
It could also be extraterrestrial, technology and all
Yeah,
of that.
the thing that leads me to believe that it's more modern, as in like within the last like 5-6 years, is that the fighter jets that were there, those were F-35s, and the F-35 is a modern,
it's a modern
higher generation fighter jet, and that was there was 2 of them. And not only that, but like the ships that they were flying in were hella high tech, and the containment thing he was in was super high tech.
But if they put, I would say this, I'll put it like this then, because if they put, say for instance, they put their Justice League timeline as fucking 2016, which I hope not, or 2017, which fucking sucks. But if they do use that, maybe this takes place in 2005. Who knows? Because that would make it easier for them to not have to relate it so much.
That does bring up a good point. I mean, what if he shows up? What if Dr. Fate convinces him to say Shazam, and then they put him on ice for like however long, right? And then when they bring him back to fight whoever, because we haven't seen who the villain is. All you see is him doing in that one. You've only seen the first part of the movie.
Yeah.
If they reawaken him to take on something or somebody, it could be a time when Superman's already dead. Like Superman is dead during this point, and they bring him back because they need a Superman type character to take on whoever the fuck is running around trying to kill people or whatever, whoever the villain is. Like they need that Superman, and he's the closest thing they have to it. So this is it.
Hey, look, all of these are fucking. This is what's great about this trailer coming out. Like this much before the movie that we get to speculate and talk about all of our thoughts and where we think this could go. Obviously, we could all be 1,000% wrong, looking like some idiots in October, but we could be.
No, all my predictions are right.
Okay, relax.
Yeah, normally mine are right too. I have
good
sources.
Or
I have no wrong opinions.
Yeah,
we could see some stuff in October and be like, "Yo, this is we were right." So who knows, man? All the everybody out there said yes. Toby probably was mad. McLovin, he probably was like, "Yo,
he was.
Down,
he was like,
son of a bitches."
He's just mad because he don't have a job.
Why is The Rock streaming on a smaller channel? He has his own. Take him down. I don't trust him anymore.
I'm gonna go ahead and we'll wrap this up real quick. We hit an hour. I know you guys have some shit to do this evening or whatever, but So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate everybody watching the trailer. I thought was absolutely incredible. I'm probably gonna watch it 1,000 more times before I go to sleep tonight. Just breaking shit down. We were in the middle of a breakdown, and they fucking son of a bitches. I think tomorrow we'll talk about this tomorrow for sure on 4 Nerds. I think we'll go through the trailer, make some clips, some picks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That way we can bring those up as opposed to having the trailer up. And
Andre, that's your job.
No, I don't have time. I don't work from home like you do.
As opposed to having them clap us again or whatever. Which I don't know. We'll see. We'll test it. We'll see the waters tomorrow and see if probably won't be able to watch it, to be honest.
Probably not.
But we will be able to watch, that little Zack Snyder thing he posted yesterday and shit like that. So I think that'll be fire. So you'll hear more on this discussion tomorrow on 4 Nerds. We'll talk more in depth about this Black Adam trailer and what this could mean. Obviously, we don't know if they're going to put out another poster or whatever. Oh, I will say the poster they put out the other day, I thought it was absolutely fire. People were hating on the tagline. Tagline didn't bother me, but also could have went without the tagline on the poster.
There's also a lot of Man of Steel vibes from that poster.
Oh yeah,
too.
of course there was. Yes, there was, and I don't mind that at all because but yes, the could have went without tagline. I wasn't mad about the tagline, but I understood where they were going with that. But at the same time, I was like, just the picture of him would have been fucking phenomenal because that shit looks dope. The way the lighting is, it was just showing him for the front. Or whatever, but that shit looks smooth. But so I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the trailer. If not, hope you enjoy the movie when it comes out. Hope we only get one more before the movie comes out. I don't want too much more. Fucking chill. You go take everybody's responses to this trailer and whatever. If they're gonna make changes, fucking hurry up and make them. Hopefully they are satisfied with what they had. The hue didn't bother me that much in the trailer. I don't know about as far as it didn't look like it looked in the sneak peek we got some months ago, where it was like really yellow. Like even the little picture I'm looking at now, it's not that bad. But maybe they'll change that. Maybe they'll do something with it. Who knows? Did you watch the new? Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. I'm looking forward to it. Day one for Black Adam. Yes, same day one. Ezra Miller has now. Okay, relax. We'll talk about some Ezra Miller. Who knows? It's that's a little spicy. It's also kind of ridiculous, but anyway. Appreciate y'all for jumping on and watching this trailer with me, man. You know, and discussing it. This was a great talk. We probably could have went for like 17 hours. Had Warner Brothers not been like,
probably, yeah,
you fucks, how dare you give us free press?
I know.
How dare you promote our movie to the general masses? How dare you?
All right, so we'll see y'all 4 Nerds tomorrow. Peace.